had this shirt, this Beatles shirt here a few years ago, and I was using it as a painting rag. Like I even cut a section of it off and it's got paint on it. And then I thought, oh, I'm making my channel, I might as well revive it. So I hauled it out and I wear it just for Beatle videos sometimes. It's been a hard day's night. But today I'm going to talk about this album right here, Beatles 6. Came out in Canada in June of 1965. And I got it shortly afterwards. And I hauled it out after probably now listening to it for 40 plus years. And I can't say I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, it's good for nostalgia purposes, but I've heard people say that the Beatles, they never put out a bad song. Well, they certainly put out a lot of filler, and this album is full of filler. I mean, it's got 8 Days a Week. That's pretty well the only classic song on here, the only hit. And I do like I Don't Want to Spoil the Party, because we play that song in our duo sometimes. And there's a few of the other songs that are okay, What You're Doing. But yes, it is. It's just a boring ballad. Dizzy Miss Lizzie is it's a good cover, but that's about it. And I can do without Kansas City. It's not in my vocabulary to listen to. And George Harrison song, You Like Me Too Much, But I Like You. I mean, okay. So this album, hauling it out, Bad Boy, that's another cover, and it's okay. I mean, this album is basically good for nostalgia purposes, but the Beatles did put out some songs that are I can really do without. Although I'd probably put them in my somewhere in my top 20 groups of all time, just because of their later albums and some of their early hits. But Beatles 6, and it's got a Roman numeral here for 6. How clever is that? Beatles, Roman numeral 6. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the cover of this album a bit. I mean, the Beatles at this point were still looking pretty conservative, except for the long hair. I mean, this picture, it just doesn't grab me really. Two people, Paul and George, are wearing ties. Ringo's wearing a turtleneck, which was pretty popular at the time. And John's got a button-up shirt right to the collar. I mean, does this look very rock and roll? I don't think so. You really got to go to an early picture of the Rolling Stones to see early rock and roll, a picture of early rock and roll. But it is what it is.